Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Naturally, my constituents and I are disappointed that we were placed in Tier 4 and the short notice of the changes. And of course, it's right that in the face of changing facts, the government responds quickly and decisively. And while I regret that we've not been able to debate the Tier 4 restrictions sooner, I'm glad that Parliament's here now and we're debating these changes today. And there have been two huge developments in the last fortnight in our pandemic and our response to it. One being the emergence of the new strain of COVID that's more infective and thwarting some of our measures to contain it, and the development of safe and effective vaccinations that can be deployed at pace. And I'm sure that everyone across the House will celebrate the success of British science and research that has led to the development of both the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine and the genomic surveillance that led to the detection and early discovery of the new variant of COVID. And it's this government's long-term planning that has led us to procuring vaccine in advance, so now we are best placed to deliver the vaccine at pace to our population. And it's science that's led to the changes to reduce self-isolation time, reducing the impact of the infection control measures on people and making it easier for them to follow them. However, among this positive news, the evidence that the new variant is so much more infectious is concerning indeed. It raises serious concerns about the effectiveness of our previous tiers, the individual restrictions on reducing the rate of infection and ensuring infection rates do not spiral out of control and overwhelm NHS capacity. And this is all about NHS capacity. And we therefore need to take stock in the context of a rapidly changing situation, with rates rising, increasing in front of us, and urgently research this new variant and the impact of the measures needed to control the rate of infection. So while I'm disappointed that my constituency has gone into Tier 4, we can all see the pressure that the NHS faces at the moment. We can see the impact of the new variant, and we can see our rapidly expanding vaccination programme, which after today is about to really take off. Now, as a doctor, I've always been taught that you've got to look at every intervention in terms of the risks and the benefits, the costs and the harms. And I've been calling for a cost-benefit analysis of the individual menu, the suite of the restrictions which we and all our constituents have to face. The facts I've just laid out, I think, clearly radically shift the cost-benefit ratio that we're facing, that our constituents and our country faces, which we've all discussed in this place at length. A change in facts can, and in this case, I believe, must force a change in response. And I support these restrictions which are enforced today. But of course, these restrictions will not be without their own harms. And these harms need to be mitigated until they can be lifted. And one in particular I'd like to talk about is uncertainty. I've had many meetings with my constituents working in a range of sectors directly impacted by the restrictions. I've spoken to Runnymede and Weybridge's businesses, the publicans, the gym owners, people working in events, corporate events, weddings, the list goes on. And the message back from each is clear. Uncertainty around restrictions, the opening and closing, is one of the most difficult challenges they now face. My school leaders tell me they can prepare and handle anything for the good of their pupils and students. They just need time to put in the contingency planning so they know where they stand. Uncertainty is not just harmful for business, it's detrimental to us all. We need to know and see how soon we can get out of this, to be able to see our friends and family again, to reopen those businesses shut down. So with vaccines here and about to be scaled up, and as we start to plan for a future where the pandemic is behind us, could my honourable friend chart and publish the plan out, detailing how many need to be vaccinated, what impact this will have on lifting the restrictions in granular detail, and show my constituents in Runnymede and Weybridge the roadmap through the pandemic to the other side and the end of the restrictions that we have brought in to mitigate it.